just minutes away. First Korean soloist arrives in London, set to shake the O2 Arena to its core. In a moment that may redefine the global standard of solo performance, the arrival of Kim Seokjin, known worldwide as Jin of BTS, has turned every head in London. But this is not just another celebrity landing. This is history in motion. The countdown has begun, and in a matter of minutes, the first ever Korean solo artist to headline a full-scale solo concert at the O2 Arena is stepping into a new era. What is truly happening behind this thunderous reception? Why is this moment causing such tremors in the global music scene? And what message is Jin carrying into this monumental night? The capital of the United Kingdom, already a symbol of power and prestige in the world of music, is now on the brink of welcoming a seismic shift. The O2 Arena, home to countless legendary concerts, is preparing for something that even London has never experienced before, a Korean solo act dominating its stage with such magnitude. Jin, now breaking away from group performances and military hiatus, steps into the spotlight alone. Yet the question hanging thick in the air is this: is he truly alone? The euphoria isn't just among the army. Industry insiders, European media, and local authorities are all on high alert. For the first time in recent memory, Heathrow Airport tightened external access due to fan congestion even before Jin's arrival was confirmed. Multiple camera crews reportedly scrambled to change their broadcast schedules as news of his imminent landing leaked. Why the frenzy? Why such unrelenting anticipation? The answer lies in a singular name that carries a weight far beyond entertainment: JIN. His tour, Run Seokjin_EP Tour, has already made headlines in North America and Asia. However, the London stop isn't merely another date. It is the crown jewel, the epicenter of a turning point in K-pop's global expansion. The city that once watched the Beatles conquer America is now watching Korea claim the heart of Europe. Solo, unfiltered, and unapologetically emotional, behind the polished stage design and meticulous sound checks, lies something deeper, a statement. This isn't a show meant to merely entertain. It is a strategic cultural assault. Jin's team has reportedly declined most major interviews. His itinerary is classified. Rehearsals were held under strict confidentiality. Every piece of information being held back is only increasing the tension. What is he hiding? And what will be revealed the moment those arena lights go dark? Images from his last US show at Newark are still circling the internet, showing Jin in an emotional breakdown after his final note, one that many believe hinted at something larger brewing inside him. Fans noted his silence online since, which broke only hours before his scheduled London arrival with a single cryptic line: "For those who waited, I'll speak through the lights." What does that mean? Is this merely a concert, or is Jin setting the stage for a deeper revelation? Inside the O2 Arena, sound engineers and stage directors have confirmed custom installations exclusive to this show. Rumors are circulating that he will perform an unreleased track. Others say this show will conclude with a symbolic gesture that signals the next phase of BTS or, possibly, his permanent transition into solo artistry. But no official confirmation has come, only mounting signs, whispers, and preparations that seem too elaborate for a standard tour. Meanwhile, outside the venue, thousands of fans have already gathered since early morning, ignoring London's unpredictable summer rains. The atmosphere is tense. Some chant his name, others hold signs bearing messages of both joy and concern. "Are you okay, Jin?" one reads. Another simply, "Come back whole." The expressions on these fans' faces aren't just of excitement. They're waiting for answers. Emotional ones. Personal ones that and Korea media outlets are holding off on publishing major think pieces, reportedly waiting for a critical cue from tonight's show. Entertainment analysts note that Jin's solo venture post-military is unlike any artist's return before. Not only is he aiming high, but he's doing so with no safety net. He is alone. No guest artists have been announced. No colaborations. No backup plan. Why such isolation? Is this a message of independence? Or is it a reflection of deeper divisions within the ecosystem that once supported him? Adding to the pressure is the unspoken comparison that haunts every step he takes. This isn't just Jin performing. This is Jin facing expectations built on a decade-long legacy with BTS, now without the shield of six brothers. The fandom is divided. Some fear the emotional cost he's paying. Others celebrate the bravery. But no one is watching passively. The anticipation for this moment has also reopened old wounds. Online, debates about BTS's future have flared again. Some interpret Jin's solo surge as a signal that the group dynamic may never be the same. Others believe this is merely a new chapter, one that will eventually bring the members back together stronger. But as of now, Jin is standing where none have stood before, carrying the weight of history, of 7 dreams, and of millions of hearts. As London braces itself for the concert of the decade, the undercurrents cannot be ignored. What is at stake tonight isn't just a personal milestone. It is the image of K-pop in a post-BTS military era. Will Jin's O2 performance serve as a triumphant return, or will it unravel tensions long buried under glitter and fandom euphoria? And if he does reveal something, through his music, his gestures, or even his silence, how will the world respond? We are minutes away from the doors opening. Inside, the stage is reportedly flooded with visuals tied to Jin's personal archive, photographs, handwritten lyrics, audio clips from past memories never before shared with the public. Every element suggests that this concert is not merely a performance, but a confession. What confessions are yet to be heard? What burdens has he been carrying since BTS's hiatus? Why now, and why in London? Fans familiar with Jin's subtle artistry know he rarely speaks plainly. His true messages lie in metaphors, in crescendos, in pauses. So as the lights dim and the crowd roars tonight, one thing is certain. This isn't just history. It's the beginning of something that could reshape how we define Korean solo artistry on the world stage. However, as the countdown reached its climax and the global audience held its breath, reality delivered a shocking twist. The entire narrative was a fabrication. The rumors of Jin's imminent arrival in London, the alleged concert at the O2 Arena, and the buildup of tension surrounding his solo comeback. None of it was true. There was no flight manifest confirming his presence. No stage setup ever existed at the O2 Arena. No official concert plans were in motion. The photographs, social media frenzy, and alleged backstage leaks were part of an orchestrated illusion, carefully constructed and widely consumed. This revelation has sent shockwaves through both media circles and fandom communities alike. What was initially celebrated as a historic turning point in Korean music history has now been exposed as a case study in mass misinformation. The magnitude of the deception is unprecedented, not because it fooled a few, but because it manipulated millions into believing an event that never existed was moments away from changing the industry forever. But how did such a lie gain such credibility? The answer lies in the structure of modern fandom and viral content consumption. Over the past 48 hours, digital platforms were flooded with so-called insider confirmations, manipulated images, and unverified posts purporting to show Jin staff entering the O2 complex. TikTok edits featured spliced audio from past performances dubbed over fake rehearsal clips. Twitter accounts posing as media insiders began counting down to a non-existent flight. Even reputable media outlets were caught off guard. Republishing these narratives without sufficient fact-checking, IT is now becoming increasingly clear that this was not merely a misunderstanding. It was a targeted act of sensationalism. Whether created by opportunistic fan accounts or viral marketing attempts gone rogue, the fallout is severe. Fans who spent money traveling to London or preparing for an event that never existed are now demanding answers. Others are left emotionally shaken, questioning how far the lines between fiction and fact have been blurred in the digital age. More disturbingly, this false narrative preyed on genuine emotional vulnerabilities. Jin, beloved and recently discharged from military service, had already sparked curiosity about his next career move. By exploiting his silence and public goodwill, the hoax took on a life of its own, feeding on the collective desire for reunion, for resolution, for another glimpse of something meaningful. The psychological impact of such deception cannot be overstated. Many fans have described feeling crushed, betrayed, or manipulated. The sense of emotional investment, built up over the course of days, With every tweet, every alleged clue, every piece of supposed leaked footage was shattered in an instant. And now, the fandom is left to pick up the pieces, asking who truly benefited from this elaborate lie. This incident forces a critical reckoning not just within ARMY or K-pop culture, but within the broader media ecosystem. When content is designed to be consumed instantly and virally, who ensures its truth? When the hunger for updates, comebacks, and solo milestones becomes insatiable, what guardrails exist to prevent emotional exploitation? And most importantly, how can fans, so often the engine that drives global musical revolutions, protect themselves from future manipulations? In the aftermath, Jin himself has made no statement, and perhaps he doesn't need to. His silence now speaks louder than any fictional concert ever could. Whether this saga was an accident of misinformation or a deliberately manufactured deception, its consequences are real. And in the world of digital fandom, where illusions can now feel more tangible than truth, this event will likely serve as a permanent reminder.